system work. I could probably add some more, but I didn't really know what to put. But pretty much it's a bog standard system that works. It was actually kind of complex to make inadvertently, just because I limited my options a bit more, and I didn't want it to become excessive. But today, our goal is to get from page, let's see, 36 to 70 in just fixing. I kind of left all these things for the end because I knew they weren't going to be big. They're going to be a lot of small things, and that's, at the end of the day, all you can really do for. So so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through all these things, and we're going to fix it up. We're going to see what we can fix, see what needs fixing, and try to do everything today. You notice this isn't a Notepad must die, because generally speaking, I don't think it's going to be that long. But gives me a little bit of time to muse. Let's see. A few characters. Up to hatred. Okay. I actually need to change trauma to stress. Gain stress to injury they loves hurt, but loses stress. Stress. Yeah, now this system was actually a little bit deeper than I had originally planned for. Mostly because I used the corpse, a little bit of morons with pedigrees to make it. But I'm like, well, morons with pedigrees kind of does its own thing. So it's like, all right, let's change things up even more. So I did that. I changed things up, and I made things the way they should work. Presence of the loses. Larger factions. Representative. For example, here's Needs on the Gold Witch. Relationship charm along with everyone. She and her familiars know. There's drama, there's issues, there's even a bit of a conspiracy between her mother and Ines. And Anise, the Silver Witch. Alright, so now here we come down to combat. Combat. If I don't, if I ignore it, it'll go away, right? No. So let's see, hostile forces, each character has a combat, has a survival rating, which their ability to avoid getting hit. A character's SR is equal to 5 minus armor score plus reflex times 2. Alright. So 5 minus armor score. Oh, got that. What I can do, I can probably make that a little bit easier to read by doing something like that. Character's survival rate, actually. SR is equal to 5 minus armor score plus reflex times 2. God, that's a really fucking weird. Actually, what I can do, let's make defense rating. Okay, let's make these go away just so we can speed up. But amount of damage the character can take when they're hit is DR equal to body plus armor. Protection spells increase. do plus reflex times 2. So if you have a max of 10 reflex, technically you wear no if you wear no armor and you have 5 reflex, you dumped everything at 8 reflex, you can have a target number 15 for your survival rating. But that is, you're playing it pretty fast and loose though. You are the person unironically saying, and don't worry, they cannot hurt me because my speed is superior. And you have to kind of pray that you're right. DR is able to burn plus protections. What I can do is I can put this right here. Combat score. Actually, what we can do is combat survival. Defense ratings. And then we can do... Nope. Heading to... You can tell it's not having a very good time because it's lagging. I did debate on adding more minor actions, so let's see. I could probably add another defensive option. You know what I can do? Let's add... Character... The character braces... Impact... That's kind of your desperate maneuver. It's like, I have nothing else to do. I need to just do something to lessen this next piece of damage. I'm going to brace. Actually, let's submit. Both are made. Are displayed under their basic major action. Maybe adding a minor attack, just something to... I'm gonna add something like that'd be a light attack. I don't care. Oh, I know. Oh, we can put something like the simple strike. Swipe it. Swipe at their opponent. If they strike their opponent's SR, they will deal not weapon damage. I would say they will deal their attribute damage only. So your simple strike is, I need to take care of a minor enemy real quick. Someone that isn't actually that threatening. Or I need to just do a look. Okay, I've already done an attack, but I need to do... It's kind of like the opposite of this. So it's just... Striking opponent rolls against the opponent's SR. Check weapons. Weapons! Weapons! Yeah, you add your bod to things. Yeah. So it'd be like D6 plus whatever your bod is. You would just roll your bod. So I guess for like lighter weapons, it's actually a lot more useful. But what I can do, well, add it. Plus by times 2 if it connects. So that's kind of brutal striking makes it so that it's a little bit more valuable for allies. For stronger characters to do melee surge is more useful for reflex-based allies to do. But simple striking is like, I have a 3d6 weapon, I'm instead just going to make a quick thing and hit them for like 3 damage. Like, that's my goal. But it's a minor action, so it's like, I'm going to punch you in the face and run. Bye. Let's see, ability or tool. Cast a spell. Attempts to cast a spell. If they succeed the complexity check, the spell. What I should do is A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, element A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, element P, Q, R, S. Form technique. Forms a learned technique. Spending the TP to activate the move. Activate the ability. And the thing is, there's no complexity check with techniques because you have to base it off of a basic check. So it's like, oh, I'm making an attack. You have to roll an attack. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're just adding more on top of things. So it's just like, oh, well, I'm going to do I'm going to do an attack, basic attack action, but I'm going to add, but I'm also going to move 2 spaces in addition to it. So it's like, okay, I'm going to leap across the battlefield and hit you in the face. But again, I have to spend my technique points, which is a very small resource. With an extra D6. Characters restore all TP. And we do catch breath. Restore plus 1d. Restore plus 3 TP. Okay, so let's see. Double either SR or DR for the turn. So instead of your SR being, let's see, your SR is ref times 2. So if you have like a 3, you can increase it by, you can double it to 6, so it'd be 12. Yeah, pretty much you double whatever you double your SR without having to, or your bod. So let's see what your bod is. So it's just bod plus armor. So it's like, oh, I have 3 armor. When I have 3 bod plus 3 armor, it would be, that sounds a little bit complex. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Actually, let's do +5 to either SR or DR for the turn. So kind of just a flat value. Because the thing is, this is occurring in addition to the secondary. So it would be defend into block. Or defend into dive. Let's see. Yeah. Delay. Reduce their initiative by the value between the current initiative and 0. They keep this initiative until they refocus. Maneuver attempts to actively change their position to SD in any direction. Perform technique, refocus, other. Okay. I'll probably slap an image right there. Distance. I believe this is Grug's. Yeah, this has to be Grug's system of SR because there's very far in sight, so I think that works. This is pretty par for the course. Alright, let's see. Obstacles and problems. This was addressed in a game where I needed a system that wasn't combat oriented to let people do things with. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. I'm like, okay. Into puzzle Darius case. Then let's collectively attempt to solve the problem, set amount of rounds. Use any applicable attributable skill to solve the situation, but create solutions, shave off part of the TN if successful. Non-timed obstacles have each round simply take more time and effort the characters may not have. 30, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130. You know what? I don't think there is really anything I could do for something like this. Use any applicable skill solve situation. Shape up part of the TN if needed. Yeah, alright. Use obstacles as much or as little as you want. Okay, you know what? I don't really need to worry about that. Okay. Adopt a new domain of magic. Learn a new technique. Restricts maximum by 2, so it would be up to 12, so it would be 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, okay, that would work. But again, you're spending something that's very valuable. A very limited resource of major milestones. Domain of magic, learn a new technique, adopt a new skill. Adopt a new technique just to keep with the theme, if you catch my drift. Improve an attribute by +1. Up to +10. Increase MP. Okay. Actually, we should do mana points, MP by +10. Technique points. TP by 5. Ha ha ha. Alright, now we get to decide what more weapons we want to add. Alright, so what needs to get added? Swords. Let's actually check. I know what we need to check. We're going back. We're going back, folks. Thought I escaped this game, but I never will escape it. Let's see. Why? You may be wondering, Notepad, why the hell are you going back? It's because I know there's a pretty extensive list of weapons and such, so I can see what I can pretty much nick. What the hell is this? So a big fucking dagger. Do I have a big fucking dagger somewhere? No, I don't. Alright. That's going on the list. We can probably put a... Actually... Days Lard kind of would cover that, so... Any other ones that are a little bit weird? Navaja. The fuck's a Navaja? That's a pocket knife. Folding blade. Folding blade. Like, you know... This is what we're doing today. Kukri, Rondel dagger, sword breaker. All right, let's look at a sword breaker knife. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Fucking Tonto blade. You want to be a real fucking... What would be another weird one? Light blades. It's a Pugio. Pugio. Oh, so just a big fucking dagger. Huh, alright. We're done with daggers. Because at the end of the day, a lot of them are going to be, you guessed it, big fucking daggers of various sizes. Oh, sweet fucking Christ. Alright, so. We are going to go. Our basic sword is going to cover the arming sword pretty well. So what we're going to do is we'll call this. We can call it Big Dagger, Concealable Dagger. Let's see. We have a basket sword. Do we have a big fucking sword? We only have 2 big fucking swords. A Zweihander. Espinado Ropera. Dusak. What's a Dusak, everyone? Sounds like something I put a duck in. It's a curved saber. Yeah, looks like it's a curved saber, which I already have a saber, so I don't really need to add that in. Gladius. Falls kind of in the short sword. There we go. That's what I'll add, because it's a goddamn weeb game. Little katana. Kriegsmesser. What's a Kriegsmesser? Oh, yeah. The European katana. No. Shashka. Okay, let's look up what a Shashka is. Ah, there we go. So, it's another fucking sword. I'm trying to find, like, weirder swords. So I'm trying to, like, find things that are a little bit odd over here. Alcata. Oh, so it's like a falchion. So yeah, we can do a falcata. Make that kind of the in-between sword between with damage. We can probably add another, make it another medium. So we don't actually have that many mediums weapons up here. That's what I'm kind of looking for. What the fuck is a Rumi? No, 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 nope. We're not putting that in. You're not paying me to put that in. Spadroon. I just need to look at what a spadroon is. It's another very thin sword. Awesome. This is one of the major issues when it comes to like adding weapons in any game, where it's just like, how many variations of sword do you want? Do you want sword, sword 2, thin sword, big sword, little sword? It's like, oh jeez, oh jeez. Let's see. Flammenschwert. So it's a Zive. It's a Zive. It's a Zivender. Go down. Go deck. Go deck. What the fuck is the sword? So it's a war cleaver. Huh. Interesting. Do I have a rapier in here? I do have a rapier. Okay. Actually, yeah. So let's put a good old war cleaver in here as a two-handed. Put in a bigger sword katana. Yeah, there we go. Montante. What's a Montante, everyone? Montante. Oh, it's a big boy sword. All right. I might actually split up the sword category with swords and knives, just to give it a little bit more. Okay, beep. Okay, beep, I need you to be not there anymore. I need you to be put down here, beep. Thank you very much, beep. Okay, let's zoom back in. Alright, the Bezlard. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to select these, Control-C. Paste it right there. We can call this the daggers. And Bezlard. I actually really like the Flissa sword. Outside it sounds cool. It's kind of this really thin blade. I always think that look cool. It's going to do... We do bond range, yes. Tag is going to be... dual wield. Take you out. And I should add a Wazakashi, shouldn't I? What? No, Wazakashi. Was. Wakazashi. Wakazashi. Yeah, okay. It's called a Wakazashi, everyone. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not a complete fucking moron. I am, though. Like, unfortunately, I am a complete, idiot. Let's actually see. Guard dagger. That means I can actually have to put you down one. What we're going to do is put a folding knife here. I'm going to do basic damage. It's going to do ref and damage. It's going to be touch. Usable by a witch? Yes. And it's going to be concealable. Actually, what we can do is this is going to do light damage instead. Just a few more categories down below. So rapier, saber, short sword, control X. So we've got these two. And the falcata. This knife. I could probably put a cookie in here. Cookie. Going to do medium damage. It's going to use bod or ref. The range is going to be melee. Usable by which? Absolutely not. Its only thing it's going to have is gory. Cookie is actually kind of fucking scary. Like, that's all it's going to have. It's going to do pretty decent damage if it can hit. I should change that down to light. Nope. Put you up to medium. The cookie up to medium, but put the blazer down to light. Alright, so now we get to add in the katana, the falcata, the war cleaver, nodachi, and wakizashi. Beep, you're gonna have to get moved back up. But Beep wants to become a swordsman, I hear you saying. Well, yeah, Beep does want to be a swordsman. And that's why he's being in the knife category. Because I can't fit him in the sword. Put him right. Can I line him up just right? Yes, right there. A fairly accurate beep by mid-game. He's not getting his ass kicked. Let's see. We want to put in the katana. Katana. It's going to do... We'll actually call it light or medium damage. It's going to use bod exclusively. Going to be used in melee. Used by a witch? No. Going to have switch. Yeah, I think that's switch, graceful, concealable. Kind of the idea of switching between one hand and two hand, and you kind of actually. I'm gonna regret doing this. Actually, probably not concealable. For the Wakizashi, we can do it, but we're going to put Switch and Graceful on it, though. What else do we need on that? Don't think anything. Which brings me to the Falcata. Which is, I'm going to call it just a simple light sword that's going to use exclusively reflex, because at the end of this, it's going to be used in melee range. Melee range, not going to be used for that, but it's going to be concealable. And gory, which means it's going to be very good when it actually hits exposed flesh. Which brings me to the War Cleaver. Which is, what I'm going to do is going to put it medium heavy. Bod. Melee, no. It's going to have switch and gory. The Nodachi. It's going to be two-handed, obvious, and graceful. So you can use your reflex for it, if you really want to use your reflex to use a giant fuck-off sword. I cannot stop. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh no. Oh, please. Did it hold, though? That's what happens when you get a big document, unfortunately. Things start not liking you very much. Okay, no, we made it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these weapons in, and I will alphabetize them later. Let's see, we've got all these, and finally the Wakizashi. Wakizashi is going to do light damage. It's going to be entirely reflex-based. Melee range. No, actually, yes. And it's going to be... Actually, what I can do, you can mix it up a little bit, do basic or light. We do basic or light on it. And then we can do switch and concealable. With the idea of, using it one-handed versus, grabbing it by the hill and just shoving it in the end of someone as hard as you can. All right, let's consult. Yeah, this has been in front of me the entire time, but yeah, this is what I've actually done because, yeah, I'm not very good at this sometimes. I forget things are up. But yeah, I'm going to fix this in a bit, but let's take things that are... All right, let's check. Poleaxe, truncheon, warhammer, flail, club, gauntlet. I already have one. The crowbill, the war pick, two-handed blunt. Why would I? Yeah, that's called axes. Spears. All right, I already got the naginata. Do I have a poleaxe? No, I don't have a poleaxe. But do I need a poleaxe? Probably not. Sword staff. Or, actually, I could probably put a Yara in. The same thing pretty much as a spear, but its range is a little bit less. Actually, it's ranged to be a little bit more. So what I can do, we can put that to close and put this to reach. Yeah. All right, that's done. I might go through here, and again, I'll fix all these up, put them where they need to be. But we added some more swords. We had a lot more swords. And actually, give me 1 second. I need to add. Chaos category. Damage class. Chainsaw. Super heavy ×2. What are some other horrifyingly chaotic weapons that you could throw into anime land? Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. Gun blade. Gun that is a blade that is in fact a gun, or is it we're going to do heavy attribute bonus. Bod, we're going to do be close if I remember correctly. Actually it'd be reach for distance. Usable by which? No, it's going to be gory. Obvious. Wieldy. Two-handed. And switch. And it's going to be heavy into actually it should be medium / heavy. It's ref / bod for this, which is going to have we'll call it close. close slash slash reach. As you just switch it into gun form. Let's see. Okay, pizza cutter sword. Oh, I know. Circular sword. Medium. Obviously, this is going to use bod. It's going to be melee, usable by witch. Absolutely not. It's going to be obvious, gory, and what would be another? Actually, we could probably make it two-handed as well. Just this really awkward sword that's 95% circles. Okay, so let's... So let's see what people want. So let's see. We got pizza sword, gun blade, two weapons mixed together. We'll put battle claws in. Sword chucks. What would be, so it would be now give me 1 second. I need to bring up Wadanohara. Give me Wadanohara artwork. Oh my goodness, look everyone. Look how cute and adorable Wadanohara is. Isn't she adorable? Click on every button. All right. I would post this on the. I would post this in. Oh, hello. Nothing much. I'm doing pretty all right. Life's okay. I'm cupping along. As you can see, we're looking up anime girls suffering, and I would be pinging up the consortium. However, it is very late, and I don't want to like bother everyone in the middle of the night, being like, "Hey, everyone, I need anime girl weapons." So, but right now we're trying to bring out chaos tier weapons. And this is what's been suggested so far, including battle claws, sword chucks, and twin-sided swords. I'm noticing a trend. Call this battle claws. We'll give them medium. We'll make them bod. We'll give them actually touch range, usable by which? Absolutely not. Gory, obvious. We'll probably just put gory and obvious. How are you doing tonight? You know, we're getting desperate when they're recommending bleach to me. Not actual bleach. That would be actually even... That would be pretty nice, honestly, at this point. Jesus. Let's see, what other stupid weapons I can bring out. Twin-sided sword. Obviously, we'll do it's gonna be ref. It's gonna be body, bod or ref. We're going to actually make this reach usable by which? Absolutely not. Two-handed. Unwieldy. Half these are unwieldy. You just can't use them anywhere. Real shit. What? What are you people? What are you people suggesting now? What is this? God, Bleach was stupid. Oh, wait, that makes sense. What would you even call that? Like, come on, Assassin's Creed. Give me the Assassin's Creed blade. Hidden blade. Is there a special name for it? Come on, there has to be a name for this thing. Actually, we'll call it a hand dagger. It's going to be light. It's going to use reflexes exclusively. It's going to require touch. Usable by which? Yes, it is. You can able to use by hand. It's going to have the special tag of warn. Actually, no, I don't need that. We can actually put freehand. Yeah, that's it. It's a fucking dagger you slap to your wrist and hope for the best. Oh, crickety Christ almighty. What are these retarded weapons I'm being forced to use? I love it, but I hate it. Let me just post my full list right now into the Discord. I know where people aren't going to sleep anytime soon because non-swords appreciate him. Let's see, what would be inappropriately stupid? Oh, wait, I know. Bond, range, reach. Close, usable by which? No. Gory. Obvious. Unwieldy. And two-handed. To log. Yes, that is you using actually ubiquitous. Ubiquitous and two-handed. I should put something. I mean, I'm gonna put a ranged weapon in. I needed something suitably stupid. Stupid early guns. No, let's do fantasy guns. Let's see. Actually, I need to... Super heavy. None. What would be the reach? It's going to be far. Usable by which? Yes. Gory. I may be wondering, actually, what does gory do? Gory, if we look right here, rain damage should take 1 damage in addition to the weapon's damage. You just... actually, we'll do... That reminds me, what we'll do is we'll do piercing... Piercing 4. There's some other tags that we can use. Actually, concealable. Stun 3. Let's see. There we go. Oh, that works. Blade whip, because of course we need a blade whip. Blade whip. We're going to use reflexes for it. Range is going to be reach. Usable by a witch. No. Obviously we have to do gory, piercing 2. And I need something else. Obvious? Yeah, I think obvious. Obvious works, yeah. No, which knuckles? Witchy. Witchy. Stun. Stun 2. Oh, God. What do the people demand? You know what? I think I'm going to leave it here for now. Come up with anything more, I'll probably add it. Or hell, I'll put a note or something in there being like, hey, do you want retard? What kind of stupid shit do you want me to add for weapons? That's usually chaos weapons are weird, rare, very dumb. Use them at your own caution. Actually, we'll do insert footnote. Paste without formatting. Use them at your own caution. Okay, there we go. Hello, Salmon. Yes, I am still streaming. We got done with weapons right now. We added some more. Mostly a few swords. Added some new daggers, added a new spear on top of things. And then I asked some people, hey, give me some weird weapons. That's why we have things such as a chainsaw, a literal gun blade, a sword that is in fact a pizza cutter, battle claws, whatever the fuck the Assassin's Creed was, what do you call it, wrist dagger? Yeah, let's call it the wrist dagger. An actual just log, a gun. Have no fear, it's just my gat. You know, that'll solve a majority of problems in this world. You know, bringing out your gun. And also, thank you. That does mean a lot to me there, Salmon. I meant to start earlier. However, if you're check out the Stanza Bianca, there was someone like hammering in my apartment, like right next door to me. So I'm like, you know what? I don't think I really want everyone here. Bang, bang, bang. Ingerland. No, I don't think anyone wants to hear that. Armor. Do I really want to expand armor out? I don't think so. I said I wanted to, but honestly, I don't think I need to. I think there will be a time where I take this armor system I've been using for a while and just expand it out, give it something it needs. I don't know what it is though. I do not know what that thing is. Once I hit that point, it'll be great. But until then, I don't know. But let's see. Traveling the world, otherwise known as, we need to actually add the ocean to this game about traveling the ocean. Journey TM, like I think this all works. Terrain, actually what I should call this is terrestrial. Actually, what we can do is we can call it terrain, how terrain works. And then we'll put terrestrial terrain types here. Actually, that's 3, so what we'll need to do is put that under 4. Jesus, we're going tiny. Maybe, yeah. Oh, God, okay, yeah. I think I could think of some different territories. Someone is proposing I add just a literal Beyblade to to this, and I may add a Beyblade because I can and have no sense of right or wrong. Let's actually try to finish this out. This is my goal right here. So, craggy desert, grasslands, heavy forest, highlands, jungle, light woods, lush, swamp, unholy. I believe I actually used. Actually, let's do Rimworld biomes. Extreme desert, ice sheets. Frozen lands. Stuck in a near. Venture to the core. Terrain difficulty formidable 110. Stops, we're going to get 1D. We're going to get 1D since we wanted 1D6 minus 2 stops. Supplies, we're going to have to use 3 supplies. Common features: snow, 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 hills, and snow. Snow. Congratulations, you're entering Russia. Let's see what some other terrifying lands that we can inhabit are. Actually, what we can go to Dwarf Fortress biomes. Because at the end of the day, Dwarf Fortress is truly the only game that has everything you ever need. Let's see. Okay. Actually, we have our basic biomes. We need a thing on top of the biomes. Maybe climate, maybe it'll help. Hot. Neutral, good, evil. I remember when I settled in a good land, that wasn't good at all. There were unicorns everywhere, and the unicorns did not like me. The unicorns definitely did not like me. Oh, God. Oh, actually, we want to be... Actually, we can probably put something like Savage in. Where would we put it, though? So if you put Heavy Forest here... Highlands, Jungle, Lush, so Savage... Savage... Untouched by the creep of civilization. natural father, to remain the dominant. The dominant entity is in the area. This is. They do not like when others enter their territory, though. Difficulty I did not put. You are not thinking very hard. Rain difficulty, we're going to make it a 1d6 as well. We're going to make an average, which is going to be 1 to 3. It's going to be average. Which is going to be 9, which is going to be 60. 4, 5. 4 to 5, which is going to be challenging. 90. And 6. Where's the hardest I can physically get? I believe that's down here. Yeah, heroic. And 6. Heroic. 130. Stops. 1d4. Supplies. 2. Common features. Megafauna. Untouched wilderness. And wild inhabitants. Yeah, we got this fun holy wasteland. Okay, we've added a little bit here. What I need to do now is oceanic. Let me just check. This is archive of 4. Okay, I'm heading 4. Oceanic terrain. Coastal land. Coastal tides. Near enough to the land. Supply. Goods. And services. Near constant good weather. And the ability to beach oneself if need be. And we're going to make this very easy. Easy as 30. Stops, we're going to have 1d6 stops. Supplies, it's only going to take 1 supply. Small coves. Sandy beaches. And crystal waters. Okay, we need oceans. Terrifying, terrifying oceans. This also means we're going to Minecraft. You thought we could escape it. The answer was no, we never could. That, like, the weird thing with Wadanohara is that it's such an overly fantastical setting. Like, there is so much cool little stuff in it that isn't really explored because it's not the point. The point isn't to explore all these wonderful little lands. It's to go in there, tell the story of Wadanohara, and then you. But if you actually look around, like the expanded Okigam universe, you kind of realize, like, yeah, this is a pretty massive world with a lot of different little things. And I'm like, you know what? This is pretty cool. So the thing is, too, is that if this gets done, that the next time someone puts a gun to my head and being like, okay, time to write the Dwarf Fortress RPG that does not need to exist, I have it. I have it already done. Let's see. Yeah, ocean biomes. So you want to do cold oceans, frozen oceans, warm oceans. We could probably put in burning oceans. What are some other strange, weird? Actually, we can probably do tropical oceans. I'm trying to think of... Because warm oceans would just be like, it's pretty calm. Cold oceans, tropical oceans are kind of be around the Caribbean and stuff like that. So if we want really alien oceans... Made the magic system faster than Toady. We don't bring up the magic system. We don't bring that up in Dwarf Fortress. I'm terrified. That's actually... That could actually be... So, Savage Oceans. So... Deep Seas? Question. You want to do Under the Sea. I mean, I did blast Ocean Man for the introduction of this stream, so... Oh god, that wasn't... I need to... I realized in my deep sea adventure game, I didn't have any oceans to go across. There we go. So let's see. So Savage Oceans, thank you, Sam, and that's actually useful. I mean, if we want to, we can. Let's actually take out the deep sea and the idea of evil oceans, and then we can actually do noble oceans. So the idea that cold oceans are, harder but livable. Frozen oceans, nothing but sadness and ice. Warm oceans, livable and easy. Burning oceans, oh god, it's boiling, help. Fish, 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 and malaria. Wiggity, wiggity whack. Monsters. Evil oceans. Fuck. Noble oceans. Nice dolphins. Why are they making that sound? Yeah, time to fight the reanimated fifth tooth of the Kraken. Like, don't worry, guys. We killed the monster. What do you mean it's getting back up? Oh, Jesus. Sail harder. Actually, I could do, someone did propose something. It's, what would be, rocky... What would you call an area, it's like fucking How Long Bay. Like, what would you call this? Except, like, 20 billion times worse. Just the idea, like, these really tight areas that you have to kind of fit into, and it's just difficult to maneuver in there. Wonder if I can find the passageway. No, I don't think I can. Because I remember in Elric, when they're getting to when they're getting to the city, when it's him and the raiders going to the city, they have to navigate like this really claustrophobic area. So I'm like wondering what the hell you would call that. Archipelago ocean? Yeah. I think that would work. But you get what I mean. I'm not crazy. Like, just like this really, like, tough area to actually get through because it's just rocky sadness. Let's actually check this real fast. Oh, I know. Brine caves. Because what is brine at the end of it? Because if we look at what brine is, brine pool, collected seafloor depressions, dense bodies of water. So brine itself is high concentration of salt, water in different contexts, salt solutions. So it's just a really tightly packed area. So like a brine cave. So yeah. Actually, yeah, we can do. Actually, we'll do brine pool. Caves, underwater system, aquatic cave systems. There we go. Let's. Okay, so if we add. Here's the beautiful thing about doing everything here is I can just do sort of paragraph A to Z and it'll immediately sort it for me. I'm a genius. Actually, wait a second. These should be up higher. There we go. Okay, so cave systems. Tunnels with the land allowing boats travel through the darkness to their destination. Precarious, but quick. And we're going to do terrain, difficulty, make them average. Stops, you're only going to get 2 stops. Supplies, it's going to take 3 supplies because you're going to have to burn a lot of things. Common features, stalagmites, stalactites, and brine. Stalactites. Let's see. Archipelago ocean. The ocean is dotted by small islands and sea structures. Difficult to navigate. Navigate the temperamental tides on a good day. Difficulty. It's going to actually be a 1d6 roll, and a 1 to 3. It's going to be average at 60. And 4 to 6, it's going to be hard at a 90, I believe. That's hard is not no, it's challenging. Brine pools. Oh wait, no. Stops 2d6 minus 2. Supplies 2. Common features. Small hideaways. Small camp, small villages, and the flow of the ocean breeze. Actually, and small animals. As you're right next to an archipelago, that means you're going to be right next to a bunch of other things that are cool and neat. Brine pools. Ocean floor. Briny pool. No pools that kill everything that unfortunately swims near it. Meaning that most fish and edible materials are far gone in this area. What can live here? Terrain difficulty. It's going to be challenging. Not hard to navigate these. Actually, what I can do is probably average instead. Yeah, it's not difficult to manage it. The problem is, you get 1d2 minus 1 stops. You do not get supplies. You're going to have to drag them all with you. Common features. Dead fish. Dead sailors. Ghost ships. Dead things. And death. Burning ocean. Near vents. Ocean. To a large degree. Even the ship struggles to maintain itself in this area without harming without harming itself or the crew. Terrain difficulty. Terrain difficulty is challenging. Actually, no, we're going to do formidable. Formidable, 110. Stops, you get 1d3 stops. That's it. Supplies is going to be 3. Common features. Bizarre rock formations. Alien fish. And rare metals. And what we can do is put all these on the second page. Good God, how much do we actually... Oh no, the witch is dead from salt. Oh God, what do we do? You panic then, Salmon, you panic. See, the terrifying thing is when you realize that it's completely valid that you don't actually have a ship when you're traveling, and you're instead of riding one of your friends. So it's like, oh boy, hey, friendo, we're gonna have to drive through the burning ocean of sadness. Can you just like drive us through? Yeah, no, if a player tried to pull that shit and be like, all right, someone's gonna be taking damage every fucking second they do something in it. Because let me see if I can find out Wadanohara. This is her boyfriend. Wonder if I can find the one where yes. This is a thing that occurs where he can just turn into a shark. So yeah, no, if you want to be like if you want to pal around with your friends, you can just send, your friends into the lethal amounts of salt sadness. Oh, sorry. Hope you didn't need to breathe. Lamau, loser. Gold. Not defit. Navigate. Survive in this small amount of fish. Useful tools. Difficulty. Average. Again, it's not difficult to survive in a cold ocean. It's just like, oh, stops, 1d3. Three. Small villages, ice sheets, and large animals, and large aquatic life. You're going to encounter a whale in a cold ocean more than anything. Evil oceans, fuck. This place is cursed. The waves are vile. The smell is terrible. And any fish caught, tends to start screaming when dragged aboard. Terrain difficulty, we're going to make this heroic at 130. Stops, we're going to have 2d6 stops. Supplies, we're going to obviously have 6 goddamn supplies because you're going to need it. Common features. Bones. Death. Very, very large. very unpleasant creatures. Ice for miles around. And lethal temperatures of water. Temperatures in the water. Should someone fall in, tread lightly. This is no place for a picnic. Terrain difficulty. Formidable. Formidable, 110. I don't know why I keep putting 11 down. I'm just like, yes, this is what I need. Stops, 1d3. Supplies, obviously you're going to need 5 supplies. Common features, ice. That's it. Just ice. And people are pinging me. Why are you pinging me? Go away. Serenity permeates this stretch of ocean, flying for all the travelers. Finally, be at peace with themselves. Ignore the fish. They look too cute. Actually, what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to steal the lush. I'm pretty much just going to steal the lush entirely, just because it's exactly kind of what I wanted. It's noble oceans are really easy, or they're going to be a bitch. Like, it's hard to tell because there's such an alien look to it. It's like, oh, hey, why do the fish look cute? Oh, common features, cuddly animal, rolling waves, and a suspiciously low amount of travelers. And a suspiciously minimal amount of the travelers. Savage oceans. Deep in the oceans, where land does not reach miles. Do savage, inhospitable little creatures call home. This is their land. This is their section of the sea. And no one else's. And because I'm incredibly goddamn lazy, we're going to just take savage. Common features. Megafauna. Megafauna, bizarre plants, and other stray and temperamental tides. Okay, what I can do is I'm going to put this here so I can put an image right there, put an image right here with these 3, and we will be good. And after that, I also completely believe in the fact that you should just be able to fly a ship over anything you don't like. Begone! Let's see, so 2 more. Tropical oceans. We're going to do average 60. Stumps 1d4. Supplies 2. Features. Large swaths of dense lands and large animals and ferocious animals. Actually, let's see. Pumps 1d6. Applies 2. Common features. Knives, waves, and simple writing. Dense with life. Flowing with both plants and animals. These oceans filled with fresh supplies and an abundance of wildlife that eats them. That eats that supplies. Smooth seas for lucky sailors. Warm oceans lack. These oceans are what captains dream of, and allow for smooth sailing into harsher territory. We only need one supply there, because we go up to coastal. 1d6, yeah. Okay, there we are. Yep, we'll be flying over the English Armada. Damn straight. That's a perfectly valid response. Hey guys, we could sail into this hellish abyss, or we can fly over it and hope for the best. Feeling, I know which one I'm going to opt for. It's it's the Lord of the Rings situation. Why don't we call the Eagles for this? Being like, yes, let's call the Eagles. Alright. Journey encounter. Supplies, transportation, land, sea, air. Yes, we don't have that much sea travel, but again, it's like there's not much you can really do in terms of sea travel. And it's one of those things too where you got to remember where certain characters can completely invalidate certain obstacles. If like Wadanohara does not need to worry about sea travel at all because she is the sea witch. Her entire thing is controlling the sea. It's just like, oh no, you've encountered a large monster that wants to eat you. Wadanohara is just going to wave her hand and say, hey, how you doing, mate? He's like, all right, let me pick your ship up and drag you all the way where you need to go because I'm cool like that. But it's like, congratulations, you're the horse witch. That mon gonna eat you. That monster's gonna eat your fucking face. And it ain't gonna be pretty. Let's see. Dangers of the deep sea. Did I have anything here? No, I really didn't. Okay. Well, let's moment of truth. Did everything break? No. Yes. Why did you do that, Notepad? It's because of the mega monsters. That's why, damn it. Alright, so we are now slightly off kilter. Again. It's just gonna be there now, okay? It's just there now. Actually, I can do that. Fine. Alright, cool. Go me. Alright, so let's word count. 78 pages, 14,500 words. And let's check out our base copy. I said, let's check out our base copy. This isn't very based and red-pilled of you. Okay. 62 pages, 11,800 words. So we've added about 300 words and about 10, 11 pages. So yeah, we are done. I didn't think this was going to be exactly a long project, just because it was a lot of little incremental increases here and there. But Wadanohara and the Deep Blue Sea, or project, or actually, more accurately, Deep Sea Endless Voyages is complete. Was this an easy thing to do? No, not at all. But I think it was a simple project. There was just a lot of little parts to it. Even after this stream, I'm going to have to open this up and I'm going to start rearranging some of the weapons just to put them in alphabetical order, or it will annoy me and add some images in. But overall, I had fun actually doing this. It was nice coming back to it, and rest assured, I am going to be reusing that damn transportation system again, as well as the do-it-yourself magic system and the do-it-yourself techniques. I think both of those work really well for what they're supposed to do. And I think like the ultimate thing with Wadanohara, Project Deep Sea in general, is I added a bunch of bits and pieces to it. There's a lot of little things about this game that I've actually used elsewhere before. That was unintentional. It was just people, I was given a very certain thing, and I came up with, and was like, all right, here's my very specific constraint. Let's see what I can do with it. I would say, no, I'm pretty happy with this project overall. This is one of the things I always like taking requests from people to, what kind of games are you looking for? And honestly, that's even one of the reasons why I opened up commissions, is to let people give me these ideas and these restrictions to test myself out with. How even the 2-hour challenge, the speed run any percent, that was a restriction. I had a restriction on me to see what I can do, because I even noticed myself, what I like to do is I find a comfort zone and I will keep going back to that comfort zone. And I think everyone does it. I mean, there's a reason GURPS exists and D&D and all that. Why they're so popular, because of the comfort zone. The D20 system's comforting to a lot of people because it works. It does exactly what they want it to do and nothing else. I would say, if I could do more, I would maybe expand out the dangers a little bit, but at that point, I don't really. The expansion of that is not a priority. And it's not really a thing that I can do, because I don't know what you, the player, or the game master, want to do with this. Because Wadanohara isn't about fighting. It's really not. That's one thing I want to try to get across here. Like fighting and all that, that's a means to an end. You are fighting because something is going on. But you want to tell a story about the witch and her familiars and all the problems they go through. But I would say I'm comfortable where it is. I will be nicking parts. Oh God, TTRPG Danger DLC. Don't do this to me. I'm not that soulless. I actually had someone email me other day, being like, "Hey, I want to commission you. I want to commission you to write me." It was like a uh, Stars Without Number. They have a faction system. He's like, "I don't want, I've never find it. I want you. Can you please help me? I want to do a fantasy version of this." And I could say, "Yes, here's this document. Fill out how you want. Here's my prices." But I didn't. I was like, I know exactly what they're looking for, and I can get it for them for effectively free. So I'm like, look here, look here, look here. If these three games that are already compatible with what you're looking for aren't doing it for you, send me this document back with what you are like really specifically looking for. But I'm like, I'm not, and I tell people this, like, I don't want you to pay me money if I can find a game that's going to do what you want. And if I can find that, I'm like, eh. I know even the guys in the Merchants Guild, they're like, make a capitalism RPG. And I was actually thinking about that. I'm like, that sounds really stupid. And like, how do you make Factorio satisfying on the table? And it's like, that could be an interesting little project further down the line. But as of right now, let me just jigger myself here up a little bit. We'll close out of these. Project Deep Sea is wrapped up and complete. I need to look at things Notepad Anon wants to do. Yeah, sorry for the deathly silence. The music ended. Um, so let's see. Where are you? So Deep Sea, done. However, I am going to get a hold of the guy who wanted me to do Dungeon Tactics, the diceless game. I'll get a hold of him, saying like, does he still want to continue with it? Does he not want to continue with it? And from there, we'll decide what the next project is. Hopefully by Friday, everything will be sorted out in that regard. If I'm not getting anything on it, this Friday, what we'll be doing is the more preliminary stuff on, or even the first bite into Omega Man, actually. And Omega Man's going to be a weird game because I'm going to attempt to make Megaversal 2. It's going to be the full one because I already wrote the D2000 system. D2000 works. I think I can actually just go in there and make my very own, part of that. Look, absorb Kevin's essence a little bit and become closer for me to reach my, apotheosis where I just simply become Kevin Sabeta, uh, and steal the Rift's license from him because obviously he can't manage that damn thing. But it's going to be using the D2000 system. I've only used it once before, and I need to remajigger it quite a bit. But it's a weird system, and I hope it works. Omega Men's just a weird setting in general, but all my old players have fond memories of it, which is really weird because it was a terrible game. It was so bad. Like, oh God, I had no idea what I was doing. There was like a meta currency you had to use to activate your abilities, but your abilities were like just like plus ones and plus twos. It was terrible. It was awful. That's why I don't use meta currencies at all in my games. It's because of those old games I made. They were awful. Uh, I should try to find some of them. I wonder if I can find the old Shattered system. That was Notepad's very first attempt at homebrew, and it was a single Notepad document. I'm like, I am a genius, and then I left, like never again. After, depending on whatever it is, after a Mega Man, we're gonna be hot. Unless again we get a commission through. We're gonna be working on fixing up High Speed Death Machine, Chimera Dreamers. which that's not going to take long at all. Honestly, this is not. This is going to be very, very small, very short. I think the biggest problem child in the next few games is going to be right here. Fear and Hunger, baby. Fear and Hunger Forgotten Chronicles. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to yell at Jaster. I'm going to have to pick his mind. I'm going to pick all the guys in Nvidia to pick their mind about what they like about Fear and Hunger, because I actually like that game. And the thing is, Fear and Hunger, it says like, oh, it's rape the game. Oh my goodness, it's fatal. It's really not once you start going through it. It's like, it's kind of this surreal little world. It's like nothing, everything's slightly uncomfortable, and it's like something is going wrong. You never quite know what it is. Like the thing I want to do there, the big oopsie doopsie of that is I want to make a random dungeon maker. And not just a random dungeon maker rolling a few charts and then the GM's like, ha ha ha, I already know what the dungeon looks like. I want the game master to even be confused about what the fuck is coming up next. They do not know, just as much as the players don't know. Because I want it to feel like the games, and like, hey, here's these random places, and it's just very weird and surreal. I mean, like, okay, in this playthrough, going right leads me here, but in this playthrough, going left leads me there. But there's also completely different layouts and places. I want it to feel alien. I want it to feel really uncomfortable. Like, that's the goal. Yeah, it's going to be the random dungeon system. And the other thing is I'm going to have to build an entire system of dismemberment. I've been waiting to do this dismemberment system forever. It's happening, and it's going to work, god damn it. People are going to lose limbs, and they're going to like it. But overall, what may occur is Exalted Litany of Creation may get moved up a bit. Because I know Exalted General and TG have been having a meltdown recently, and I want to give them something to talk about that isn't, them, crying to themselves. Yige Minzu is actually probably going to get shelved for a bit. And it's going to get shelved for a bit because I like the game I had in mind, the game I had in my head does not work. It is a fundamental game that does not click together as I was hoping, because it was supposed to be like diplomacy, but diplomacy and the game I was thinking about making, they just weren't meshing. So I kind of need to start from square one with that. However, what I have been doing, and I can share this because I'm a person who does these things. For those who don't know, there's a comic out there called Kill 6 Billion Demons. Its creator, Abaddon, whether you like him or hate him, has made a foray into tabletop games before with Lancer and Broken Worlds. Broken Worlds being a PBTA game, and Lancer being a D20 game, mostly based off of, I believe, Shadow of the Demon Lord is what some people have called it. However, this is War for Rayuba. Now, the War for Rayuba is a very simple concept. It is a drawing competition between people in their Discord of having their fighters duke it out. I cannot draw. I have never been able to draw. I can draw with a pencil and a pad, but I can't really draw digitally. It just doesn't come to me. Color doesn't come to me at all. Never has, never will. But I looked at this map when it got posted, and I was in. I loved the look of this place, the rules behind it. I'm like, oh man, I'm interested. I want to know what goes on. Unfortunately, it's fucking fan fiction. Every goddamn character in a goddamn match is goddamn fan fiction. It's awful. I hate every single goddamn fighter they have in there. I'm like, I don't like you, any of you. You're not cool. You're not interesting. And some of them just violate the actual lore of the setting. It's like, oh man, this isn't this isn't fun. Like, I got in here because, like, oh, we'll make your character sheet and stuff. No, it wasn't like that at all. I was so disappointed. I was, my sadness was immeasurable, and my day was ruined. Because, come on, what other goddamn situation can I ever say one of the faction leaders is a mountain-sized sword that wants to bring destruction? Come on, come on. Shit writes itself. It's great. I love it. And it's like they decided to like the pyre ended up being like comprised of like your basic anime edge lords and like the Bastion, the quote good guys. Like this is the good guy faction, the Bastion. Look, it's led by important character White Chain. And look, they're so good and noble because look at the map. Look at they're all nicey in the exalted plains and the village and the giant apocalypse sword. Fuck that apocalypse sword now. And it like they're just full of like, look at me, I'm this, I'm that. So I decided to say fuck it, and I decided to make a board game out of it. And board game is coming along very nicely. I actually got all the cards done last night. I need to get all the tiles done probably tomorrow. And it's literally going to be me sitting in TTS for like an hour and a half, just tile, 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 to get all of this working out. Got, the combat works, everything about this. I made a board game for it because, again, I didn't draw. I thought it would be cool. And once it's done, actually, what I may do is I may go into Autism and Assholes and see if I can't recruit anyone on TTS just to like, I want to play this with a few people just to see if the game works. And I'm like 99% sure it does, but I just want to make sure. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, that's been kind of my foray into board game design. It's been complicated, but nice in its own way. It's very different than approaching RPGs. But overall, we've cleared out. Actually, let's see. Dying of Dryads needs to get Project Deep Sea. Deep Sea Redux needs to get on there. But all's ends. That ends well. I'll catch you all on Friday. Godspeed. Good luck. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.